Everybody, this is Dennis. This is the Battle Royale playoff, summer sprint playoff game between San Francisco and Antioch. I'm at my kiddo's karate lesson, so we'll try to watch this on the down low. Flare right to Franco Harris. 1 minute in the zone. That's incomplete. San Francisco is leading 10-7. Slant to Benny Cunningham. Sack. Yeah, 45 seconds left in the half. Antioch takes over at their own 30. A 29-yard run by Joe Washington. That was a big play. Gets the ball into San Francisco territory with 37 seconds left. No timeouts left for Antioch. Antioch has Dan Marino quarterback. Remember, this is the 1983 NFL set that we drafted from. And I'm probably not going to be able to watch the whole game. The kids' karate is only half an hour, so we'll see what happens. That's 6 yards out of bounds. The ball is at San Francisco's 35, nearly in field goal range. Second and 4, Antioch. Crossing pattern to Isaac Curtis. Can be a little louder here, but a big sack happens. That's Dave Butts. Butts is on the field. Butts is on the field, and he brings down Dan Marino. That's going to make it 3rd and 10. It was only a loss of 6 yards. Butts is on the field. When I used to play head-to-head, way back when I played maybe a dozen games in the 80s, that was my first exposure to strap football. One of my friends would always take the Redskins. And whenever Dave Butts would get a sack like that or be involved in the play, that's all I heard was, Butts is on the field. 5'8" nose tackle. Who knew? So there it is. 3rd and 10. Outside field goal range. They need a completion to get the first down so they can spike it and attempt a field goal. Curl to Chris Collinsworth. Not double teamed, but it hit a blank on his card. Pretty nice receiver card too, and it was nearly a sack. So that brings up 4th and 10. So he's you might as well go for it at this point. So he needs to do the same thing here. Try to get a completion and then spike it, but to add to the complication, he also needs to get out of bounds, which is like a 50% chance. Dexter Manley almost brought the quarterback down. This is the last quarterfinal game. Whoever wins here will advance to the semifinals. Loser goes home. But the top 4 teams finish in the money. They get either your entry fee back. Oh, it looks like we might be hung. So let's shut this puppy down. Or maybe they're not hung. Maybe they're just maybe Lawrence was thinking about his play call. Might be okay. Thought I saw a little movement. Yep, it's going. So maybe he was looking at it. Do I have a chance at a field goal? Should I just go deep and hope to hit one of Marino's numbers? This is a 1983 rookie Dan Marino card. So he's not the normal dominant. He gets a completion. He gets out of bounds at the 30, and he will have a chance at a field goal and to send this game to halftime tied. 10-7. The kick is up. Raul Alegre is good on 2 through 9 roll. He gets the 9 with -4 in the adjustment. And that's going to leave us 10-10 at the half. Antioch's going to get the ball back first, too. So they were trailing by 3, and in a space of one magical play, they have tied the game to the completion on 4th and 10 and the field goal. And they avoided that sack, that 80% sack chance on 3rd down, which would have ended the drive for all intents and purposes. Okay, we got an off-tackle run to William Andrews. That goes for 1 yard. Defensive tackle makes a play. Again, Dave Butts. Butts is on the field. Butts is making plays. I'm a big fan of Butts. Up the middle to William Andrews. Oh, Butts, what happened? No, it wasn't Butts. It was Daryl Grant. Butts is a 6 defensive tackle, so he would have made the play no matter what. But he went to the other side and took advantage of the 5 rating of Daryl Grant. Up the middle, William Andrews, defensive tackle, 0 or plus 22. And that is going nowhere, as both defensive tackles are pretty stout. 2nd and 10, Antioch at their own 35. This game is picking up the pace a little bit. Up the middle to Williams Andrews. Again, the defensive tackles have been involved on every single play after that initial first down, and now it's 3rd and 11. So defensive tackle this, defensive tackle that. There was one time they didn't make the play, and that allowed them to get a first down. 3rd and 11, William Andrews in the backfield. Marino looking for Isaac Curtis, Chris Collinsworth, Steve Kreider, and what is Mr. Johnson's first name? Is it William? No, well, that's Billy Whiteshoes Johnson. So here we go, 3rd and 11. Marino looking to keep the game going. Keep the drive going, I should say. The game's going to continue no matter what. Flair left at William Andrews. Nobody in the zone. The outside linebacker dipped down to add to the pass rush, so it's guest run and picks up 10 yards. Unfortunately, that leaves them 1 yard short of the first down. So Antioch at their own 44 will punt. A little too early to be going on 4th down unless your name is Dennis. I might have gone for it then, but then again, facing Dave Butts, maybe not. The punt is fair caught at the 49er 8-yard line. Well, they'll take over on offense. These teams in this rule set, let's see, we got a trade-off for Frozen Tundra. Forget what we got here. (10-10) inside run to Billy Sims against the pass call, offensive center plus 10 or plus 2, and the center makes the block, Joe Fields. Antioch's defense has a 4 nose tackle, 3 4-rated linebackers, and 5 at the other front 7 positions. So 3 5s, 4 4s. The cornerbacks are 6 and 5, and the free safeties is 0. Inside run of Billy Sims, again, wide open. If he hits the box here, it could go pretty big. He hits his own card. Short gain, and that's going to be a first down for the 49ers. Billy Sims running for 18 yards. 1st and 10, 49ers are already out to their 36, starting, remember they started at the 8. Franco Harris and Billy Sims in the backfield. Benny Cunningham, Art Monk, and Charlie Brown, the receivers. Flare right to Franco Harris, nobody in the zone, as the outside linebackers were double teaming the receivers. And it's going to be guessed wrong on Franco's card, but he's not that great of a receiver. That's serviceable, but guessed wrong on an 11, he only gets +5. 2nd and 5. Montana and Marino. This is a battle of the top quarterbacks of the 1980s. Inside run to Sims against the run call with 1 man in zone. 4 rated nose tackle, picks up 4 yards. That'll make it 3rd and 1. Guessed wrong, that would have been +6. Both these teams were very solid. They both finished with the identical 8-6 records in the regular season. So I moved from the karate spectator benches to the car right in front of the studio so I don't bother the other parents there. Quick out right to Benny Cunningham. And a short yardage defense. The only 2 rolls that wouldn't have made were 11 and 12, or maybe a bad receiver hit, and a fall short. Now this time, not facing Dave Butts, the Niners are going to go for it. 4th and 1 at their own 45-yard line. A stop here is like a turnover. The question is, can you stop one of those running backs guessed right or Montana's flat pass? Sometimes you get a little frustrated when something doesn't work on third down that had a high probability of working, like that short pass guessed wrong or flat pass guessed wrong, and you get a little emotional and decide to go for it. Inside run to Billy Sims, guessed right, 2 man in zone. +0. Billy Sims is stuffed. We didn't need Dave Butts. We got Willie Harper coming in and making the tackle. As you can see there, though, another one that had a high probability of success. The only, you had 10, 12 units that would not make it. Other than that, every other call made it. Fly to Chris Collingsworth, 0 men in zone as the free safety was double teaming Isaac Curtis, but it does not hit one of his guessed right readings. If he had been guessing run, that would have been a long gain. Joe Washington and William Andrews are in the backfield. Curl Chris Collingsworth guessed right. Must run reading goes for +2. Look at Dan Marino's must run reading. This was one of his better must run readings of the 80s too. He actually gained positive yardage some of the time. He is not the most fleet of foot, as we remember. 3rd quarter, 7:12 to go in the game, 7:12 to go in the quarter. 3rd and 8, Antioch just needs 1 more first down to get in field goal range. They stay They stay with a pro set while San Francisco responds with a 3-3-5. Off tackle draw right to William Andrews. Picks up 4 yards. That'll set up 4th and 4. This is no man's land. You can try to punch it and pin him. Punchers are not that great, so you could actually pin him pretty deep. But at 4th and 4, now it's Antioch's time to try to go for it. They feel like they're playing with house money here since they got this ball in a pseudo turnover situation. 4th and 4. Go big or go home. Lawrence says, I'm going big. Up the middle to William Andrews. 25-yard gain. There's no containment. It's less than 5 yards to go, and that's going to be a first down near in the red zone. If it would have been a guessed right call, it would have been stopped. But instead, it's 1st and 10. Antioch knocking on the doorstep at the 49er 14-yard line. Quick in to William Andrews. Interception split 2 through 4, 11, and 12 on the average pass D, and it misses. Just hits for +1. 2nd and 9. San Francisco needs to make a stop. Their defense is stout up the middle with that 6 and 5 rated defensive tackle up the middle to William Andrews. Here's a short gain. This is going into the end. Oh, no. Shoestring tackle at the 1. That short gain only went for 12-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal Antioch at the 1-yard line. William Andrews with a sneaky card. It's very good. Guessed wrong and guessed right. He can still pick up some yards. Up the middle to Andrews. King, Gerald Riggs. That's a touchdown. And guessed right, guessed wrong. It was a touchdown. Either way. Extra point to Raul Alegre is good. And it's now 17-10 Antioch. When we tuned in, it was 10-7 San Francisco. So Antioch's, we have the old buggity bug. Close this down. So Antioch scored 10 unanswered points. Unanswered so far is the key. I noticed that with my new computer, if I haven't rebooted it recently, the animation doesn't quite catch up, doesn't quite go as fast, and I'll miss a play. Oh, we must have missed a big play because there was a fumble on the kickoff. Antioch recovers, and they're just going to keep adding on to that momentum. Pitch out left to Joe Washington, picks up 0 yards. Must have been either a pass or a run for 7 yards on first down. Big play to miss. Too bad I didn't catch that, but it had to have been a fumble. It was not enough time. Well, it could have been an interception too, I guess. I'll let you check the box score. I'll go to the options, make sure I have the other highlights turned on. 3-yard pickup on 3rd and 3 on a guess right run by William Andrews. So let's see what the big play was. View. No reports. Ball possession. So it was a fumble. San Francisco fumbled at their own 25-yard line, and Antioch took over. They got 1 first down. That was a look-in pass for Chris Collinsworth that was double covered correctly. So that stopped, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Would have been incomplete, right, wrong, or otherwise. So 2nd and 10, 2:06 to go in the 3rd quarter. The momentum has certainly shifted big time to Antioch. As they, we tuned in, they were trailing by 3. They got a completion on 4th and 10 to tie the game at half. Then they drove down the field, got a touchdown to make it 17-10. And then on the ensuing kickoff, they recovered a fumble by the 49ers, who have got to be feeling shell-shocked. The home team, the home crowd is a little bit stunned right now. Just a few minutes ago, they were up by 3. Now they're trailing potentially by 14, probably by at least 10, unless the Niners can get a turnover here. And they had a turnover split there, but he would have had to have been double teaming him. He was calling run as Marino looked he's going for the field goal, 4th and 2. And that's good. So it's going to be 20-10. So San Francisco salvages the uncontrollable bad luck there, and manages to keep it to a field goal. So 20-10, San Francisco trailing. This is the start of the 4th quarter. San Francisco's looking for some Joe Montana 4th quarter comeback magic. No word yet whether John Candy is in the audience tonight. Pitch out right to Billy Sims. Off tackle gain. Oh, it's a fumble! Don't tell me Antioch will. No, San Francisco jumped on their own fumble. Billy Sims got rocked. He has a 23 out of 1,000 chance for a fumble on any carry, guessed wrong. And the split roll was a 9, but San Francisco was able to jump on it. Inside run to Sims on 2nd and 5. Guessed wrong. +6. First down, Niners. Plenty of time left to march right down the field, get a touchdown, and be ready to go. You just need to get any kind of score here so you can get a stop and have a chance to tie it. Crossing pattern to muck, correctly double covered. And that's going to be incomplete. That was incomplete, right, wrong, or double. 2nd and 10. San Francisco nearly to midfield at their own 44. Curl to Charlie Brown, not being double covered. Guessed right on Montana's cards is +12. So, Niners advance into Antioch territory. 13 minutes to go. 12:54 to go. Let's look at the box score real quick. These guys are coming along at a brisk pace. Maybe we will be able to watch it. My kids can come in and watch it with me. What do we got here? What was the longest Sims run of today? So Sims has ran one for 21 yards. He breaks another one out, short gain. This one goes for 15. So both teams have had running backs that snapped off pretty big runs. We saw that 29-yard run by Joe Washington that got the Antioch into field goal range. Flare right to Franco Harris. The linebacker stayed home this time, and he makes the play. 4 wide die roll versus his 4 rating. Let's get the pass rush chart here. And let's get the so far today. Montana, 6-20 so far today for 118 yards and a touchdown. So he hasn't been as effective as you might think. Inside run to Billy Sims. No tackle, -1 or +2, and it goes for 2 yards. 3rd and 8. You're in field goal range here. You want to try to pick up that first. The problem is if you throw a short pass, which is typically the way you'd pick up this first down, you don't want to get sacked and taken out of field goal range. 20-10 Antioch. The Niners desperately need points here. Curl to Charlie Brown, not being double covered. 12 again on Montana's card. He is coming through clutch. Charlie Brown's covered by the 6th-rated cornerback, Ken Riley. Art Monk on the other side is covered by a 5-rated cornerback, Luis Breeden. So 1st and 10. Antioch needs a stop. They'd like to hold them to at least a field goal. They show blitz here, which you can do on first downs inside the 20. Button hook to Billy Sims. Guest right, 1 man in zone. +4 on Montana's card. West Coast offense at its best. 10 minutes left. 2nd and 6. The broadcast is going along good. Here we go. All right, looks like karate class is winding down. I'm going to go grab my kids. We'll see what happens here. Short pattern of Franco Harris. Run key. Montana's going to throw it, and it's going to be a touchdown. It'll be 20-17, pending the extra point.
You should look, man. You don't have eyes.
All right, we'll definitely get that. We'll definitely get that going. Guys. Put your seatbelts on.
You know, I got hit by a person. They had a really hard kick.
What happened?
I was right next to him, and he did his like first kick or something, and then he hit me in the back.
All right, well.
Well, he said sorry.
That's all right.
I said okay.
Should I put the movie on, guys?
Inside it did hurt.
Guys, movie, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we got San Francisco with a touchdown. Then San Francisco kicked the ball off. Antioch gained 25 yards, and then stuffed, loss of 4, and then a sack. So they had to punt. And San Francisco's already moving down the field. They're already on the Antioch 40-yard line. 6:36 to go in the game. So you guys had a good karate class?
Yeah.
All right. We'll check it out.
Aragon punches a lot.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, sorry. Aragon?
That's when he's trying to get stuff. Hey,
Oh.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's just like the move uppercut. That's what they made it from. Because Aragon he slices and then punches.
Oh, nice. So that same moves in the game?
Well, for
But
men.
for what type? Is it
It doesn't do much damage.
Oh, so it's not a character. It's not tied to a character class.
Sometimes they work.
Nice. All right, they're still moving. 1st and 10 at the 30. My play-by-play call will be sporadic now, as I am driving home. So, and you can hear the Lord of the Rings in the background. This is the Two Towers. We're watching on the DVD while I drive. I'm not watching it. It's on for the kids. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10 at the Antioch 30. Montana was looking for Billy Sims on down and out. I can't really check how good the field goal kicker is, but if it's Raul Alegre, he's pretty darn good. I can't remember whose kicker that is. One of them has. So what's more exciting, the battle for Helms Deep or the end of this Stratomatic football game? Time will tell. Screen right to Billy Sims against a run call. No man in zone. That's going for 10 yards on a first down. First down, San Francisco at Antioch's 20. Curl to Charlie Brown being double covered. And that's going to go incomplete. That would have been complete on right or wrong. So the double team was essential by the free safety. Inside run to Sims. Guessed wrong. 0. Only no men in zone. +4 off his card. There's a fumble. And Sims going to cough it up again. He did. And it's recovered by Antioch. Oh my. Billy Sims, 23.9. He gets a 6 roll. Sims is not having a good day. Being fitted for the Gold Horns as we speak. Antioch tries to throw deep, catch him off guard, but they kept the man home, and it's picked off. San Francisco returns the favor with an immediate turnover. And they take over on Antioch's 34-yard line. Whoa! David Packer with I'm sure Lawrence feels the same way right now after his turnovers. So we're in the same spot we were before. 1st and 10 near the 30. This is 34 now. Lawrence is kicking himself for not playing a little more conservative there. Got a long pass. It's going. And Joe Montana, Joe Cool, has connected with Benny Cunningham for a touchdown, 0 minute zone, and both wide receivers were doubled. I guess didn't quite see. I just saw the long gain connection against the average passing card, and now Antioch is the one trailing with 3:54 to go in the game. 3:18 now. Dan Marino's turn to see if he can be the comeback king. Antioch not only needs a score, they need a touchdown. A field goal will not do in this situation. Player right to William Andrews. Guessed right, plus 10. Antioch is 67 yards away from pay dirt. But time's running down. 2:42 to go in the game. Oh, and they're stuck. Good thing I'm stopped at a stop sign.
That didn't make sense. Dad, I'm getting hungry.
Okay, we're almost home.
Ever since I got to you, back
So we had a problem with the host computer not saving the file. And what happens in that case is the visitor can email their .sof or their save file to the host. He can drop it into his directory, and they can continue on from that. So that's what I advise them to do. See if it works. You know, you hate to see a play that everybody saw, the spectator saw, the host saw it, the visitor saw it, and it falls short. The problem is some people are a little bit unclear about how to manually do that. Hopefully this will work.
What happened, Dad?
I'm not sure.
Please.